Hello, my name is Sheila. Today we are interviewing Jennifer Pearsall for our DRE 098 lesson in diversity. We're going to ask her a few questions. Thank you, Jennifer. Have you always been deaf?
Or hard of hearing?
I was born hard of hearing. Really, most of my family, generational, they're hard of hearing. There's not really profoundly deaf. My one sister is, though. She's profoundly deaf. And then her son is deaf. So mostly the hard of hearing in the family.
Okay. How hard is it to communicate with other people who don't know sign language?
Well, I can read lips really well. But if they have like men with mustaches or beards, it's hard to see. But if their face is clear, I can read their lips better. And some people just kind of mumble and don't really articulate. So it really depends on the individual. But if I don't understand them, we just write back and forth. And so writing back and forth usually works fine. That tends to be the best way that I communicate.
Awesome. Okay. How does the general public treat you? For instance, like when you go into a store.
Okay, well, everyone, when they look at me, of course, they assume that I'm normal, that there's no, serious disabilities, anything visual that they can see. So, if I have to ask a question, like if there's something specific I want to buy, or if I'm ready to make the purchase, I'll just like point to my ears, and that they tend to react like, and I'm like, no, it's fine. I mean, I can speak, but if you don't understand me, then we just write back and forth. So, it's not impossible, really. I usually just point to my ears, or I'm already ready with a pen and paper and write stuff down. So it's really not that bad. I wouldn't say it's any serious issues have ever come up.
Okay. What are some of the challenges that you face being deaf?
Challenges. Work. Job. Communication with doctors. Because doctors, if it's like an emergency, you can't get an interpreter last minute. And writing back and forth can be kind of difficult. I always have to have somebody with me, like a hearing individual or a family member, somebody to come with me. I couldn't go by myself. If I have to go to the doctor and I have an appointment, or it's like, a month in advance, I always tell them to get an interpreter. But sometimes they don't, because sometimes they don't understand how to get an interpreter, so I have to explain it to them what they need to do. So that can be a barrier. Mostly employment, doctors. Yeah.
Okay. And one more, is there a large community of deaf people in this area?
It depends on what you're looking for. Like deaf-blind here is a large community. Deaf individuals itself, fairly large. Altogether, I would say the different groups average maybe 50. As far as deaf-blind individuals, like when they have conferences once a year, there's maybe 50 to 150 deaf-blind individuals. So it kind of depends on what event you're looking for. If there's like a homecoming at the deaf school in Wilson, those tend to be larger. I'd say we've hit several hundred there. So it's not that big in the Raleigh area, but I have set up a Deaf Triangle events group to try to get different activities for different deaf people to come in. We have 200 members, but the get-togethers tend to be 10 to 20 people for the different events. Usually about 10 core individuals show up.
Okay. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Sure.